Wow, it's been a little bit cold, especially on the weekends. So I know everyone's anxious to get outside and do a little gardening. And yes, you can get outside and do some planting. I know we want it to be warm, but the thing I'd like to talk about is trees. Because trees, and I'm not trying to create a panic, but like everything else, trees are a little bit in short supply. Normally, when we send our order and we get a confirmation of around 85% of what we ordered, we get. This year, it was just over 50%, and the national average was about 37%. Now, some of that is slow-growing trees like Japanese maples. They're just gone because of the pandemic and everybody being home, which is good. We planted a lot of trees. So there's a lot of trees, but you can plant trees now. Matter of fact, this is an ideal time to plant trees because it's nice and cool. The ground, you should be able to get a hole in the ground, hopefully. I checked the temperature last week, it was in the 40s. So, but you have to do it right. So many times people plant trees wrong, and one of the most common mistakes is making a hole this wide and creating, because we have clay soil, you're kind of creating like a little clay bowl and the water doesn't go anywhere. So what you want to do is you want to have a hole about twice the size and to about the depth of that pot. Here's the key. People tend to plant, one, they don't dig the hole big enough. Two, they plant it too deep. See the flare? So this is a horse chestnut. So the flare, this is about where the ground level should be, somewhere right in here. You don't want it all the way down in here because that can cause trouble for the tree later. So certainly big enough hole, and then I would even take and even go out further and do another ring and just kind of create a little bit of space in that clay. The other thing people want to do, see this product right here? This is garden soil, Miracle Grow. They have a product for every need. It's for trees and shrubs. However, it's a little bit controversial, and my old friend Dick Crum used to say, if you take out, you put back in, meaning that the tree has to live in the soil that's there. So what you don't want to do is over-amend that soil. In other words, taking out all that clay and stuff and putting in this nice soft dirt. And what that does, it makes the roots, because the roots go to the path of least resistance, it'll make the roots go around in a circle and they won't go out into the clay. So they have to live in the environment that we have. And so if you get girdled roots can actually kill the tree. So if anything, so I did a little research online, and what I found is it seemed like half of what I read was just whatever comes out, break it up really good, put it back in. The other would be mix in a little bit of this into the clay that's in there. So you can decide on that. Calling 811, yes, if you're going to dig a tree, you really need to have the utilities marked, because a lot of those utilities will be more shallow than what this tree depth is going to be. So the other thing is staking the tree. When you it's in a windy area, it probably is a good idea to stake it, because if not, when that canvas leaves out, it can push it one way. There is some argument for staking, without stakes they're a little better, but I think ideally young trees should be staked. And then don't forget to mulch it, and do not mulch up above the flare of the tree. There's a great supply of trees at local garden centers right now, and it's cold, but it'd be a great time to do it.